That is not a scrap. You've never been to Lancaster or Morecambe.
I do not understand how they're getting the cash.
Wrong managers, wrong players. It's only going to get worse.
Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to a new style video that we'll start to adopt on this YouTube channel, where we go through football news happening this week and we have a little talk about them.
I'd like 20,000 likes, please, and if we get that, we're going to give away a Premier League shirt.
You mean the one of the club they support?
Maybe.
Or just one that you fancy sending?
I might just send a random one to someone.
Fine. If we get 20k likes, which I'm pretty sure we won't, I'll add a Mars bar to that Premier League shirt order that Thogdad makes. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and send us proof to both our DMs. One of you are going to be a lucky winner.
And if you're not subscribed, you're not a winner.
The first story, Raheem Sterling says no to signing a Man City shirt. As you know, he's just signed for Chelsea, and the video on the screen now depicts him avoiding a Manchester City shirt. No signature, he doesn't want any of it. What's your thoughts?
Theo, why is this even a story? He's a Chelsea player now. Why should he sign a City shirt or a Liverpool shirt?
No,
Focus on Chelsea.
I'll tell you why it's a story. Some people see him as a Manchester City legend. He spent years there, scored 20 goals plus a season about 3 times. He won many trophies, including the Premier League on multiple occasions. For him to just avoid a Man City shirt to an American fan, who, by the way, if you go to an American football game, it's very normal for them to wear different club shirts at games. Why do you think it's a problem that he signs it?
Theo, you've got to move on, and that signing would have been too public, and we know the likes of the Sun and the Mirror, whatever, would have made a big story out of that.
I'm not sure he would.
He's got every right to sign whatever he wants.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I think it would be more of a story, the fact that he didn't sign it. If he just signed it, no one would be talking about it. Chelsea look brilliant. We were roasting Ted Bolly about not really knowing about the ownership and what he's going to do being the director of football, but Raza Koulibaly's just been confirmed. Some good business.
Absolutely, Theo. What season it's going to be?
Yeah, I'm excited to see that top 4 race is getting feisty with Tottenham and Chelsea getting stronger. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below.
Signs what he likes. He signs what he likes. Raheem Sterling, he signs what he likes.
Oh, that's quite a nice shirt. Are you going to...
Yeah, that's it.
Someone send that to Raza.
Yeah,
if he sees Thogdad, then my life is complete.
Right, Theo, another ex-City player, Gabriel Jesus. You might have heard of him. He's got an Arsenal shirt on, Theo, and he can't stop scoring goals in pre-season friendlies. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's like 3 goals in 2 games now. We're meant to be on pre-season when all the footballers are off, drinking champagne and getting out of shape whilst he's in the best form of his life. That touch, the finish, it's looking like he's already Premier League ready, fitting the Arsenal tactics. He is a beast.
That is true, Theo. He's a very good football player.
Yeah.
Now, throughout his career for Brazil and for club, he's getting a goal every 3 games. Can he continue that for Arsenal? Is he a 15-goal a season man?
He's definitely over 15 goals. He only plays around half a match for City because of the rotation. Do you think he could play 90 minutes every game at Arsenal and continue that record of scoring?
I think that's exactly what he wants. Now, in the past, Theo, I've been a bit critical of Jesus because he's not Aguero.
Yeah.
He's not quite that level, but I think he can score 15 to 20 this season. Brilliant signing.
So how are Arsenal going to do? It looks like Saliba's fitting that role at centre-back, come back from Marseille and smashing it. A lot of people are trying to impress Arteta because there's now more fight for positions.
Well, I tell you what, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, they've all got a good chance of that number 3 spot, and one of those is probably going to miss out on the Champions League.
Are you worried about Everton? Lost 2-0 on that US tour. They've lost Richarlison, ownership problems. They've got money to pay for their new stadium. I mean, what's going on?
I'm not worried about one result in pre-season, but I am worried about Everton, Theo. The situation they've got behind the scenes, the ownership situation, the fact that they can't spend too much money because of financial fair play could be a torrid season.
Yeah, and one more question about Jesus. Is he in your FPL team? He's worth 8 million, which is the same price as Saka. There was a forward problem last year. Forwards weren't getting enough points. Will he end that issue next year?
All day long, Theo, because he's going to have a lot of game time. He's going to score a lot of goals. For 8 million, that is a bargain.
But he's in your team?
If I do a team this year.
Oh, okay. I think he's in my team as well. Comment down below, who are your forwards? For us, it's Jesus. Dad, did you see the news the other day? It was all over my timeline. Like, there was a kicking off during the Tottenham-Sevilla game, and I'm thinking to myself, it's a pre-season game in South Korea. Hyungmin Sun playing. You know, he's massively adored by the Koreans. It's going to be a happy story, and Tottenham are going to win 3-0. It was actually 1-1, and there was a scrap at half-time, and Lamella had to be peacemaker. He's usually the one kicking off.
Theo, that is not a scrap. You've never been to Lancaster or Morecambe. That is what we used to call handbags. Probably not allowed to say that anymore. It was nothing, Theo.
You were brought up with Tyson Fury. I was brought up with Winnie the Pooh. That's the difference. Everything's a scrap. I don't understand in a pre-season friendly where it's a little bit of something trying to be kind, trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Hyungmin Sun playing in his home country, and they're all kicking off.
Theo,
and they're
these
trying to annoy.
are competitive sportsmen,
Yeah.
and I like it. It shows a bit of passion. I used to play Sunday League
Yeah.
football. It was kicked off proper style
Fine.
every single week.
Okay, it's not kicking off. It's a little bit of handbags. But what is Montiel? Why is he confronting Sun at half-time? What's he doing that in South Korea? I wouldn't want to head to the streets after trying to kick off with their god. He's treated like a god there.
He's trying to get him rattled. This is an absolute non-story, Theo. We got to move on.
But you must like the thing about Lamella protecting the Spurs guy. He's
It's
the one.
funny.
It's his old club. He's protecting his old players. Did you see Eric Dyer's performance though in that match?
Was he good?
Mate, Cassius, get the video right now of his block in that game. He is proving to Antonio Conte that he wants to start next season, especially with more centre-backs like Lenglet signing. There's a fight for spots. He's trying to play well.
Wow. And also, Theo, Hyungmin Sun, is he in your FPL?
Oh, too much now. What is he, 13 or something?
Expensive.
He's now one of the most expensive players in the game, and I would rather look for Perisic, 5 million defender, bargain. And
Kulusevski.
yeah, maybe Harry Kane. There's a lot of Tottenham options. They kind of spending. Richarlison, will he get enough game time? What do you think about him? He was straight into the scrap against Sevilla.
Well, he's a good player, Theo. Will
Yeah.
he get the game time? That is the big question mark. But what a season this could be for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, it could be if they make it fit.
Right, Theo, let's talk about Barcelona. Just signed Lewandowski for about 50 million euros and Rafinha from Leeds for about 50 million quid. Where do they find the money? Is it underneath the sofa or what?
Well, it's not underneath the sofa, but if I get my laptop out and I work it into Excel, I do not understand how they're getting the cash to sign Lewandowski for 50 million and Rafinha for 65. Hold on, is that Lewandowski on 35 to 40 million a year? This is a muggery. How are they affording this guy?
Well, I'll tell you one partial answer to that. Frankie de Jong, possibly to Man United for 85 million euros. Now, that would be two things, Theo. There'd be the 85 million in the back, and secondly, you're taking him off the wage bill.
Fine.
So that's part of the answer.
That's part of it.
But I tell you the other part of the answer
Sure.
is 178 million quid coming in from selling off the broadcasting revenues, 10% of them, for the next 25 years. What do you think of that?
Yeah, they've also sold off, and they've got an agreement, it's not happened yet, another 15% of their TV rights. So they sold 10%.
Yeah.
They're selling another 15% for 300 million euros set to be sold. That's 25% of their future profits of that gone. And if you thought that was enough, they have a merchandising company. Every time they sell a shirt, you know, Messi back in the day would have been a big seller. Yeah, 49.9% shares sold.
I tell you what this is, Theo. It's selling off the family silver. Now, Rafinha, good player. He might be there for 5 years. Lewandowski might be there for 3 years.
It's great.
But you're selling off 10 to 25% of your broadcasting revenues for the next 25 years.
Half of your half of your merchandise sales, great. You made 600 million euros right now. But are you forgetting, for the foreseeable future, yes, you're getting a little bit of a short-term cash injection, you sign a few good players, but you will never make that 50% profit because you're sending it to the company that have given you the money for it. So whatever signings you make, Lewandowski, Rafinha, how many shirt sales are they going to make? 50% of it gone already.
I'll tell you, last year, Barcelona made a colossal loss.
Yeah.
So once they sold off the 10% of those revenues for the next 25 years, they'd made a profit. They can now go to La Liga and get an agreement on the size of their wage bill, because this is what they need to do. They're also having to get rid of De Jong, some of the other players. But Theo, it's a problem that's going to get worse. It's absolute incompetence by the Barcelona board for many, many years.
They put Sergi Roberto and Ousmane Dembele on contracts with smaller wage bills, number one. They told 5 or 6 of their players that they can't even turn up to pre-season and they need to go find a new club immediately. That's terribly run. How are they going to feel? Players like Riqui Puig, who I actually thought had a bit of a future, has simply been told to go. I mean, we're talking about Barcelona, a club growing up that I was a big fan of when they played Real Madrid, because they were the kings of bringing academy players like Leo Messi and the rest of them, Xavi, Iniesta, from the youth. They developed them and made them world-class talents that went on to win everything for their club and their nation domestically. I don't understand. They're taking this short-term option. Yes, they've got a bit of short-term cash, but they're ruining the club. I don't think Barca, if we go back to this video in 10 years' time, I don't think they'll progress as a football club.
The thing is, Theo, you go to Germany, you've got a club like Bayern Munich, very well run, superbly run, 75,000 through the turnstiles every week. And they've won the Bundesliga for the last 10 years running. Barcelona, terribly run, fights in the boardroom, Wrong managers, wrong players, it's only going to get worse.
Comment down below, is this the end of FC Barcelona? So the move of Lewandowski brings us nicely onto the topic of Ronaldo to Bayern. They need a new striker, replacement of that role. But the Bayern president has come out twice and said, we don't want him, it will ruin the club in the future. Where is Ronaldo's next club?
Well, I tell you what, if you went there for a year or two, that's not bad, surely.
Is it? Because you just signed Sadio Mane, he adopted a number 9 role at Liverpool, and you're telling me now that Ronaldo's going to come in and just snatch it off him?
Well, there was one rumour linking him to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, LAFC, he might make the American move, or will he just stay at Manchester United? Because he wants to play Champions League football next year, whilst he's not completely past it with his age. Manchester United can only provide Europa League. He's not turned up to pre-season. Apparently it's family issues. I think it's to do with the agent wanting to force a move and not get injured. I think he's off. I think it's the wrong decision. Bayern Munich, if I was looking from their perspective, should we take Ronaldo? I would say no. The academies will not improve because he'll be taking the main role. The wingers, they've got players like Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Goretzka, more attacking players like Sadio Mane who's just come through the door. Why would you ruin that by signing an old man who, yes, it'll be good commercially, they'll sell a few player shirts, but it is not the correct decision. You've got talent. Bayern are not improving their chances of winning a Champions League by signing Ronaldo, and I'll stand by that.
Finally, Theo, Chelsea's Mason Mount.
Yeah.
What a plur. Did you see the goal he got the other day in Mexico?
Yeah, it was incredible, to be fair. It's something I haven't seen as much of him. We can't forget, he got the most goals and was player of the season last year for Chelsea. People like to forget that. It was a really good goal against Club America. I want to see him have a great start to the season, especially in the build-up to Qatar. He needs to solidify his role in Qatar for England.
Absolutely, Theo. Last season he got 11 goals and 10 assists. That was his breakthrough season. I think he's a superb player for club and country. And with that strengthened Chelsea team, could be a good year, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could be a great year, but it depends what they do. Ted Bowley's already made some good signings. Koulibaly, Raheem Sterling. Yes, they're older, but putting them through the door means they got instant world-class football coming through. Can they do more than third place next season, Dan?
Well, I was going to ask you the same question. For Chelsea, Arsenal or Tottenham, we're just assuming they're third, fourth and fifth.
Yeah.
But could Liverpool slip?
They might do. Darwin Núñez looks a bit shaky to start off with. I'm not going to say too much about that. Chilwell is back. That's basically a new signing.
Yes.
He's been out for a full year, and he's so much better than any other left-back option they've got, especially the ex-Bolton boy Marcus Alonso. As much as I love him, Conor Gallagher, that is like a new signing, isn't it? He's finally going to get first-team football. His discussions with Tuchel and the way he played in that pre-season friendly was incredible. What a box-to-box midfielder. He'll fit in well.
He will. And tell you what, let us know what you think in the comments below.
Yeah, Chelsea, I'm going to predict them to finish third. That's it. We don't have a name for this series. Maybe the comments can help us. But that is us talking about new moments across football, pre-seasons from America to Thailand. It's going to be interesting. I'm buzzing for the season to restart. I've got some big projects along the way for the next few weeks, but if you want us to continue this series, let us know. Get 20,000 likes. Remember, you can win a Premier League shirt and a Mars bar. We're adding that to the order. If you like, subscribe, and send us a screenshot to thogdad and thogden on Instagram. That's it from us. We're out for here from Montenegro. See you in a bit.
See ya.